Our focus for the next chapter is going to be on rational expressions and rational equations. Okay, so for this section, we're going to talk about rational expressions and their simplification. Okay, so how do we, well, first of all, what is a rational expression? And then how do we simplify them? And then a couple of little unique things that we need to learn about these rational expressions. So for this video, we're going to talk about what is a rational expression and then just remind ourselves of how to evaluate things. So a rational expression is the quotient of two polynomials. So it's division. Okay, so we're basically dividing two polynomials. That is, a rational expression is written of the form P over Q, where P and Q are polynomials as long as Q is not equal to 0. So think fractions where the numerator and denominator are polynomials. So as much as we love fractions, now imagine a fraction that contains algebra in it. That's basically what we're doing here. We just have to always remember that whatever the case is, the denominator cannot equal 0, and that's going to come up in just a few minutes. So the first thing we need to do is just evaluate some rational expressions, just sort of familiarize ourselves with what they look like. Okay, so evaluating an expression is the process of replacing the variables with given values and then using the order of operations to simplify. We've done this a few times already in this course, so we're just applying it now to this new type of expression, which has numerators and denominators. So example 1 says evaluate each expression. That's easy enough. Part A, we have -4 over x plus 3, and we are going to evaluate it when x is equal to 7. So what we want to do is rewrite the expression. Anywhere we see an x, we're going to replace it with a 7. So I've got -4 over 7 plus 3. Well, my -4 in the numerator just stays -4. The denominator now, where x is 7, is going to become 7 plus 3, or 10. And then you do want to reduce your fraction. You want to simplify your fraction. And we'll talk more about simplifying rational expressions in a bit. And before we do that, we're definitely going to remind ourselves of simplifying just fractions. So basically, you want to divide out any kind of common factor between the top and the bottom. So I know that -4 and 10 are both divisible by 2. So I would divide both by 2. And that just gives me -2 over 5. And just be careful with the negative. It can belong in different places. A lot of times we'll say that this just equals -2 over 5. In this particular instance, I have -2 over 5, which is the same as 2 over -5, which ultimately is the same as just -2 fifths. So just know that negative can go on the top or the bottom or just out front. All right, next up for part B, we have x squared plus 4 divided by 2x squared plus 3x minus 5. And in this case, we're going to evaluate when x is -2. So just watch your signs really carefully. So I'm going to rewrite this expression. Anywhere I see an x, I'm going to replace it with a -2. Use parentheses, so I get -2 squared plus 4 all over 2 times -2 squared plus 3 times -2 minus 5. Let me fix that line right there. And we can start to evaluate. So I'm going to kind of evaluate the top and evaluate the bottom separately and then simplify at the end if I can. So -2 in parentheses squared is the same as just 2 squared, which is 4. So the numerator is now 4 plus 4. We'll simplify that in the next step. Now for my denominator, I have 2 times -2 squared. Well, -2 squared is just going to be 2 squared or 4. And then +3 times -2 is -6. So I'm going to write that as -6 and then -5. And we'll just keep simplifying. So for the numerator, we just get 4 plus 4, which is 8. The denominator, I have multiplication and subtraction. I need to take care of my multiplication first. So I need to take care of the 2 times 4, which is 8. And then I've got -6 minus 5. So my numerator is still 8. But then I've got 8 minus 6 minus 5. So let's see, 8 minus 6 is 2. 2 minus 5 is -3. So we have 8 over -3, but remember, we can just pull that negative out front and say this is -8 thirds. So that's evaluating. There's going to come a point where we're going to want to check our answers at some point later in this. So knowing how to evaluate is really important. It's not difficult at all. The main thing I would say is just watch your signs.